Good morning, everyone. This is Betty Ray with the Archangel Raphael. We come to you this day as we have promised to have a live show every Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That way, you can ask questions and I can answer them for you with the help of the Archangel. As for some of you that might be new watching this, I have been a teacher for over 30, retired many years ago. I have also been a channel for the Archangel Raphael for well over 50 years. And the work that we have been doing together has been so wonderful to see the light in people's eyes once they understand who they truly are. And they can let go of fear and anxiety, for that is the only thing that keeps your light from shining. And so today we are coming to you to talk about the situation with Donald Trump, who refuses to give up his belief that he is no longer the president of the United States, that Joe Biden has legally and officially won the popular vote and the college vote, which allows him to be the next president. Now, what do we do about this uncertainty? What do we do about the anxiety that is constantly being put forth by this administration? Well, the first thing we can do is to learn to breathe deeply and to raise your consciousness out of fear and anxiety and into a sense of joy that is oneness with God. Now, how do you do that when you're anxious and you're upset? Particularly here in Florida, we've just gone through another hurricane session with Hurricane Etna this time, and we're still under watch. But so far, here in Homosassa, Florida, where I live, there hasn't been any problem. But some of the people that are close to the coast, it can be a problem. So every day we are being challenged in this life on the physical planet. So we want to come today to remind you that you are a spiritual being first, and that you are a physical being second. And that physical being has a mental being within you. It has a way of, like a computer, processing ideas. And you have an emotional body that is so powerful that sometimes it rules your life. And you cannot get over the depression or the anxiety and fear that you have for other people. This is the biggest problem I see people have who come to Raphael and I for readings. So let me just say about the readings. We don't even like to use that word because it's not that we read you, it's that Raphael and I help you to solve your immediate problems. Raphael sees you perfectly. And the first thing that Raphael shows me about you is the energy of your soul. You're a vibrating energy, a being of light. And that light has a color because however fast you are vibrating denotes a color. That's what energy is all about. It's color and sound and vibration. And so we are able to see that when Raphael opens that up for us. When we know the color of your soul, we understand what your motivations are for every lifetime, not just this lifetime, because you are the same color soul for every single lifetime. You don't change once you are born of God to come and explore physical planets. You become a sentient being, which is your vehicle of expression. But within you is this magnificent being of light that stands probably 10 feet tall and about 4 feet wide. It depends on your spiritual development. If you are an older soul, you're fatter than a beginning soul. So it's better to be fat than to be thin. And so these are things that we have learned, that I have learned through Raphael's teaching for all these years. And the thing that I find so amazing is that God is so loving of every soul that it creates, that it is always allowing it to explore the universe that it creates. It's a way of extending God's knowledge, for God is always growing as well as you are. That might sound like I'm being a heretic to say that. But God is everyone and everything, for it is energy, pure, loving energy. And I call God an it, not a he or a she, but an it, to give it a pronoun. And this wonderful being that is the loving creator of all the universes that we call God, and we have many other names for this being that we call as creator. And so we honor all those names. It doesn't matter what religion you are, it doesn't matter what your beliefs are. It only matters that you are able to create as God inspires you to do so. And so, in this day, when we come to you live, we hope that you will ask questions, because you can ask questions and we will see them up here on the computer. So please don't hesitate to type in a question to us while you are watching, and we will be able to answer your questions. So today is the beginning of every Thursday at 11 o'clock. We will be here to talk to you about Raphael and all of his teachings. And so we are happy to say that we are a translator of that divine energy that is the Archangel Raphael. Now, the God has many archangels, and we know only a few of them. For example, the Archangel Gabriel works with me as well, and that is a communicator. This is the blue archangel. I call them because of their actual soul colors. And they give me information on how to write books, because we do have many books on our webpage, Angel, Betty Ray, and Raphael.com. And you spell out ANDRAPHAEL, and you will see some of the books that I have channeled with the Archangel Raphael. Now, we come to you this day because of the unrest in our country, the United States of America, because Donald Trump will not concede that Joe Biden is now the next president of the United States. It leaves us in limbo. And the transition committee that needs to be in place now to make a smooth transition from one president to another. Donald Trump does not want to give up his power for more reasons than one, because he loves being the center of attention, and two, because when he is out of power and no longer president, he can be indicted for different crimes that he has committed against the Constitution and against people of the United States. And this scares him. Of course it does. He does not want to be brought to trial for things that he has done that are illegal. And so if you are a Trumper and you don't want to hear what we have to say, then we invite you to leave this channel, because we are going to tell you like it is. We are not going to play favorites. We are going to simply tell you like it is. And what is right now is that Joseph Biden is our new upcoming president. And people are rejoicing all across the world because they know that Joe Biden, from his experience as vice president with President Barack Obama, is able to communicate with others. He does not base his communication on emotions and his own needs. He does it for the good of the country. And that takes an older soul. That takes a soul that has been here to the planet and back home again, and back to the planet in a different body and a different story to tell, and back home again many times. And so he is an adult soul, where unfortunately, Donald Trump's soul is still very new and inexperienced, and his seemingly babiness of being wanting only what his needs are because of that. And this is why God does not judge anyone, because it sees its experience in the physical and it knows that we are simply explorers of the physical worlds. And in the beginning, in the very, very beginning of being an explorer in the physical world, we have a great deal of fear and anxiety because we don't know what to expect. And so we can commit crimes because well, let's say when we become an adult and we're just a beginner soul and we have that physical urge to have sex, we don't know any better that we can't just grab somebody and have sex with them without their permission. Just like a baby putting everything in its mouth when it begins to crawl around on the floor, it doesn't know any better. And it's quite possible it will put its finger in the wall socket and not know any better until it gets a shock. And that's kind of what's happened with Donald Trump. His shock is that he is no longer beloved of all of the people in the world. He has many followers because there are many young souls on the planet, and they do not want to give up their power because they believe, oh, so many of them have misconceptions about what our government really is. It is a government for the people and of the people. And that means that we pay attention to our voting rights, that we pay attention to who is in office and what they are doing, and that we do have the right to vote the president out of office and bring in a new president. That's the wonder of the Constitution of the United States. Not preaching to the choir, because many of you who will be listening to us are people who are advanced souls. That means that you know that Raphael is speaking truth and that I'm only his spokesperson. And I call Raphael a him because of his name, but he is a spirit being. He is neither male nor female, and he doesn't wear a physical body. Oh, he does. When you ask for it, he'll put on all the garments that you believe an archangel should look like. And if he appears to you, that's how he will be, what you would expect him to be. But basically, the archangels and the angels are pure spirits. They are commissioned by God to come to the planet to inspire and uplift and bring us knowledge that begets wisdom. This is what we're here on this planet to do, and that is to discover what we are creating. You know, our soul comes with a plan and actually a story to tell. And so when you look at this, when you realize that your life is your story being told on the planet. Now, I was always a very spiritual person ever since I was a child. And I always believed that God was the creator of all that is. And so I had some advanced knowledge when I came in because I'd probably been here before. And so when Raphael chose to make me his channel, at first I was scared because, first of all, I'd never heard of what's called trans channeling. And so when that happened, God was gracious enough to send me a person who was well aware of that, and that was Landy Millis. She was the person that came when I first did trans channeling, and she was able to explain to me what happened. She was only visiting overnight, but our friendship grew, and eventually she came and stayed with me while she was going through a divorce. And that was very well planned by Raphael, because that's when I began doing the trans channeling. And it just happened that both of us could type very fast, and that Landy brought with her when she came 2 transcribers. Now, that's something that you put on the floor. It's like a pedal. And when you're listening to a tape, you can put your foot on the pedal and stop it. And then when you release it, the tape begins again. So it makes it easy for you to type if you type fast. So Landy and I had that session first with the Archangel, where we sat down in front of a 9-foot window overlooking the beautiful woods in Otter Lake, Michigan, where I used to live. And I would go into a trance state and let Raphael use my voice to speak. And so it was an amazing experience. For 9 months, like birthing a baby, we gave that every morning. We did tapes, and then we began transcribing them. We had to pick and choose topics to put it together in a book. And so it was a 9-month wonderful experience. And after that time, we had it published. We found a publisher, and they published it for us, and it is called Life in 3 Dimensions: Physical, Spiritual, and Soul Dimensions. Now, a dimension is a vibrational energy, like a plane of energy, where people can go there and exist there. We live in the physical plane, which is the slowest vibration of the other planes. So there is the physical, slow vibrating energy where we have time to assess what went behind us and what is going on in the moment and what is going to happen in the future. We are co-creators with God. We are given the energy to create. God shares it freely with us. And as a beginner soul, we make a lot of mistakes and we make a lot of things that have to be worked out because we get out of balance. And that's the only reason why we come back. People talk about karma. I know I'm kind of jumping all around the place, but people talk about karma as a payback. If you did something wrong in the previous lifetime, you'll get paybacks in the next lifetime. Raphael says, no, that is not how it is. It is an opportunity for the soul to create a new story, to use the wisdom of the previous story, and to make the characters more bold, more wise, and to have balance with people that they met in the previous lifetime, which were souls, and to bring that balance back in harmony. And that's what it's about. The soul is telling your story on planet Earth. And the energy that is given to the characters in the story are all divine energy and beloved of God. So no matter who plays the antagonist in your story, people that you would call the bad guys, they are still filled with divine energy. And this is why God does not judge anyone. They know they're just playing a role on planet Earth. And Donald Trump has agreed to play this antagonist role to help us to begin to understand the difference between truth and lies, the difference between honesty and dishonesty, the difference between an adult soul and a baby soul. And so God is not judging Donald Trump, and neither should we. But we do have to recognize that we're dealing with a soul who has not had much experience in the physical world. And because of that, it means that he's going to make mistakes or he's going to be dealing with whatever his emotional needs are. The emotions rule when you are a beginner soul on planet Earth. You don't know what to do with those emotions. They just sort of rise up from your gut and then they break out in a sweat and then you feel anger and you clench your fists and you're going to get even. And then you kind of relax and you go, why should I do that? and, and an older soul who's done that and been there before has more wisdom. And therefore, they are considered an older soul. So souls come to the planet in stages of development. And this is why we have called Donald Trump a baby soul. He just doesn't know the consequences of his actions, even though he's been on the planet a few times. And even in this lifetime, he was pampered and he was allowed to get away with everything that ever happened. And in his life, he was supposed to be a businessman, but he had what, 5 or 7 bankruptcies? I think I lost count. Bankruptcies, meaning that he would not pay his workers. He just threw in the towel and threw the whole thing project away and let somebody else pick up the pieces because he didn't know that he is not alone on this planet. We know that this could be the beginning and the end of your watching this channel, but please understand that we are trying to bring you enlightenment. That means that you will see beyond the emotions of the physical world and see what's truth and what is not truth. The truth is that we are all souls learning to discover the planetary elements on planet Earth that has things called gravity and has things called time elements. And we have to deal with that. We have to deal with time. And we have to deal with the fact that the night will come and the morning will dawn. It just goes round and round until you get to be an old woman like I am, and you eventually get to go home. Now, the virus, because when you talk about going home, a lot of people have been going home. Excuse us, we are in the midst of bronchitis. And we were hoping to get through this channel without coughing, but we are all right. We are taking our medicine and we will get better. But we are here today to enlighten you and to lighten your burden of anxiety and fear for what's going on in the world. It is a good time. And Raphael had said probably 5 years ago to watch transparency in politics. And he said, then you will know it is the time of times, a time to rejoice, for it will be the raising of consciousness out of the darkness and into the light. We are headed for a brilliant light, dear friends. And that light is the light of knowledge and wisdom. And we are here to bring you the wisdom of an archangel. If you will stay with us and let go of your emotional addiction to politics and to certain people that you want to see be rulers of the country, if you can let go of that and just listen with an open mind to what we have to share with you, and we consider ourselves the telephone for the Archangel Raphael. So if you choose to come on this live chat and ask a question or challenge what we're saying, we will be more than happy to ask the Archangel to give us an answer. And sometimes we will even channel the Archangel where his voice will be my voice at the time. And I will be like a little orb over here on the right hand side of my head. That's when I let go of the spirit within my body and I allow the Archangel spirit to dwell within it and speak through it. So we are looking forward to this 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time meeting with you and the Archangel. It's called Ask Raphael. And that means that you can come here at 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on the YouTube channel for Ask Raphael / Betty Ray and ask questions. It can be a personal question, and it also can be a time when you can just ask a general question. Or if you want to have a private conversation with Raphael, we offer them free. And all you have to do is email us at angelbettyray@gmail.com, and we can set up a time that works for us, no matter where you are in the world. And we talk to people all over the world. And we are so filled with joy when we bring the Archangel's wisdom to you, because we get to feel that wonderful, loving energy as well as you. And so we say to each of you this day, welcome to our new channel, Ask Raphael, which will be held every Thursday morning at 11 o'clock. Please spread the news and let people know. And don't hesitate to go to our webpage, which is Angel Betty Ray, ANDRAPHAEL.com. People spell Raphael in two different ways, and we want to be sure that you understand. Our last name is Ray, as R-A-E. And it's really not our last name because we gave up our last name a long time ago and are going just by my middle name, Betty Ray. And so please don't hesitate to ask for questions or ask your questions for us, and they will come on at 11 o'clock, and you can come and ask questions right here. Please spread the word. Please subscribe to our channel and tell other people about it. We are the Happy News channel, and we will bring you updates of what's going on, and we will bring you answers to your questions. And so that's it for today. We just wanted to let you know we're here every Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you are in another country, and this is gmail.com, and we'll set up a private session with you and Raphael. We're doing this for free because we believe it is so important at this point in time that we raise the consciousness of people out of fear and anxiety. This president has swamped our country with division and fear and anxiety about this QAnon that is putting out such garbage and such fear mongering. We have to overcome that fear and allow the light of the archangels and the light of God to penetrate that darkness and to bring truth to the forefront. And we believe that will happen with our next president, who is Joseph Biden. And we'll leave you with that and say to you, come back again. Enjoy our picture in the background here that was a gift from my son when he was in Rome. And this wonderful mosaic, or excuse me, this stained glass angel that I had an artist do for me. We have a wonderful studio here in the back of the house, and we are going to be here for you anytime you would like. There is one person that is listening. They're telling me, thank you for joining us. Please tell other people about it. We're going to be back here at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every Thursday so that you can count on it. You can come and you can ask a question. And I hope that the one person is here has a questions to ask and to let us know how we're doing. Don't hesitate to call us or to email us, and we will be happy to talk with you. Until next time, God bless each of you. Please wear a mask. Please stay isolated. That virus is coming and going so ferocious. It is taking lives that don't need to be taken. If you will understand, it is not a matter of masculinity to wear a mask, it's a matter of honoring yourself, your physical body, your soul, and those of others around you. You don't want to be a typhoid Mary because you don't wear a mask. Look at what's happened in the White House because they didn't wear a mask. All those people ended up with the virus, and some of them have had deaths because of it. So wear a mask, stay safe, stay separate from others, and God bless you till next time. Until then, bye for now.